We serve over 700 individuals. We have been invested in path planning and person-centered planning model, but we're still very on the fringes of really what it means to be a person-led service. So as you can see, we've picked our college to career program. We reference it as Nexus. You're going to even see the words curriculum in this map, in this diagram, because when we launched this program in 2007, it was a flood of individuals who were able to manage a college level life and college level curriculum, but that were thirsty for the supports and services that were needed to help them successfully obtain the educational degree that they wanted. And we developed this roadmap thinking about how would we help individuals, how would we support individuals through going from I want to go to college to successfully finishing college, and more than that, launching into a career for themselves in whatever they've chosen, whatever field they've chosen. So we did a lot of work on developing a full curriculum for this Nexus model, discovery to education phase to practicum phase. All of these phases were entrenched in person-centered planning. Even though it was a program and it has a clear design to it, you can't go to college without your own plan. It has to be person-centered, it has to be person-led. But there were still really a lot of aspects to the program that felt like a program. It had a 6-hour day to it, still does, still very effective for many people. But when we started to have requests for this program through self-determination, we had to stop and take a deep breath and really drive and be intentional about the decisions that we were making for people who wanted these services. We had to ask ourselves, were they wanting all of the services? Did they really want the path planning services when perhaps they already came to wanting Nexus services with a fully designed person-centered plan? Could we break apart those services? It's not a typical college support program where we're not just sitting with somebody in their college class. It really is a college to career service. And so we really needed to pause and really think, what are the purchase options for people? And I think this is important too for providers to understand that what you're providing through the regional center services might be really innovative and cutting edge, but it's okay for you to intentionally stop and ask yourself, well, what part of these services would you do different? Or what part of them would you not do if they weren't part of your kind of pre-designed program plan? Some people are actually purchasing our services just as they would through the daily rate in a 1 to 3. And I noticed some questions in the Q&A about can you purchase services that are ratio based, or do they all have to be individually based? And actually, people are still able to purchase ratio-based services if that's what meets who they are as an individual. And there are college students who actually want to still be with other college students and who want to meet up at the Freudian sip and engage with their coach on campus with other students and so forth. So that's okay. People are purchasing our Nexus services through that daily rate. But as an organization, we had to think to ourselves, was there a minimum capacity that we had to come to? What was our business model around self-determination so that we could continue to keep alive? So you do have to think about what the business model you want around the services that you're providing. Even though they're individually based, there's still a business model that surrounds each of those. So for us, it was a minimum of 6 hours. When we thought about staff and the crisis that we're all experiencing in service delivery and staff retention, recruitment and retention, we felt like we couldn't do a model with less than 6 hours a week. So you can see that model there on the screen as well. So we built a model for our Nexus program, driving towards that, understanding that life fluctuates and that it's not a per week, per day type of service model, but it could potentially be a per month type of service model. So around midterms, potentially even around spring break. Maybe you want to try to find how to get a job during spring break. So again, that concept that life can fluctuate, so should our services. So you can see that we've developed a monthly model to try to help capture the fluctuation of those life services. That when people come to us and say, I want to purchase this service as if it's an off-the-shelf service from the regional center, let's look at that person-centered plan and let's make sure that what they think they're buying is actually meeting the needs of that person-centered plan. And if not, how can we help them with a purchase package, a design package that really meets their needs and also meets the capabilities that we have to offer to meet those individuals' needs.